Hello.
Welcome to the podcast.
Woo!
It's the coronavirus quarantine special.
Man walk down the street, says, "Why am I soaked in the middle now? Why am I soaked in the middle?"
This is a good cover.
The rest of my life is so
Yeah, it's not bad. This is by the Africans. That's what the band's name is called, I think.
I don't want to end up in the cartoon graveyard.
So hello, all you cartoons and cartoon graveyard out there. This is another episode of That's All Folks Today. We are in quarantine. Hold on, I gotta mute myself. So we're in quarantine right now. I'm here with Jordan, Zach, and John, and we are all in separate locations, but at the same time, all together. That's right, folks. We're in virtual reality. The only way you can hang out with your friends during the quarantine.
Hello.
I can hear you. I don't know if I could. It's weird because we're in virtual reality right now.
Oh, I left the virtual world and joined you here.
We're in both. I just muted my virtual my
okay.
VR microphone.
I was just about to say, if you mute your phone and just use the laptop or whatever you guys do, what are you using to connect to Anchor?
I'm using my phone.
Same computer.
I'm doing computer.
I don't know. Sorry,
but
folks. If you're listening at home, we're just doing some audio troubleshooting right now. Just sit back and maybe grab a drink or something while we figure this out. So, what is everybody on Anchor? I think everybody's.
Zach is going to test. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
That's when you say yes. We can.
This is good content.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Wow.
Okay. I think everybody's working, right? Everybody's mic's on. Okay.
In 5:53, yeah, people are either stuck or they're getting ready. They got their coat in sight.
Oh, we got somebody else just joined. Jordan, ignore. Okay, so we got two instances of Jordan.
Sorry,
on the
can you hear me?
podcast. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm
Jordan,
figuring out my setup.
Can you mute in the VR?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, who's writing Corona 2020 on the wall?
So we are in virtual reality. It's 2020. It's the future. It's a dystopia, but we're still having fun. Describe to the audience at home where we are, what this looks like to them or to us. I would describe it as like a very empty apartment complex in the middle of some mountains. Or just like apartment building. It's like a modern apartment building.
Nice
no furniture.
Floors.
Yeah, nice hardwood floors. One of those staircases that doesn't have a railing on it. It's just kind of like floats in midair. It's very elegant.
Very impractical.
So here we are. This is a historic moment, right? What's going on right now in the world?
Oh, yeah. I mean, by the very nature of how we're discussing this, I mean, I don't want to spell it out, but we're sort of underlying an interesting kind of communication as well with people.
Yeah. So, of course, at home, the Coroni Vironi, COVID-19 is on the loose. And the governments around the world, everyone's recommending everyone stays inside. And so we set up this virtual room to make us feel social in these isolating times. What do you guys want to talk about? What I thought this show could be is like, it's sort of like a time capsule for the people in the future who want to look back at how people were feeling during this time.
Yeah, especially this date.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
2020. The first bad day.
At the height of the Vironi virus.
The first day in 2020. First bad day in 2020.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really like jurisdiction to be bad until today. And so now Now we can start.
So how are you guys? Let's just go around the room. How's everyone feeling? Who wants to start?
I'll do a quick one.
This is Zach.
My
Zach's-
eyes and my ears together.
Okay. What do you
I'm
mean?
almost
Are you talking about like logistically with this VR thing, or
Yeah, I'm trying to join you in VR. Right now,
okay.
I'm on the mobile phone.
That's sort of like a flat way of walking.
Uh,
But I kind of want the whole thing.
I kind of want to dive into the phone.
Yeah.
So, Zach, all you guys are in New York. I'm in Los Angeles. What's the mood like in New York? Because like I feel like Los Angeles had a few cases of Coroni within the last week or two, and so people have been sort of freaking out about it locally for a bit. Is it now a local freak out in New York, or has it already been?
It's definitely much more intense now than it was like 2 days ago.
That feels like the same kind of rate. Like every 2 days, you feel like you find out a tiny detail. That is sort of like the story. Is that we still know a lot, so every day is like a big double knowledge of what we know.
Your voice is disappearing into the background, Zach. What's going on?
Oh, sorry. I could be here,
Okay.
That's better.
but okay. You said you're talking through the app
Me? I'm using my phone. Yeah.
Or the phone, rather? Yeah. Let me see if this works.
But anyway, keep going. You were saying.
Whoa! It's Jordan. A video, of Jordan.
Hey.
Wow, that's wow.
This
That's
is This is
How did I tried to set that up? Did you do that? You set up like a camera, like your own monitor. I tried to do that earlier, but it wasn't working.
I have like a webcam, and then this is me. Hi, that's me. This is like definitely the most. So
Jordan has an avatar in virtual reality, but
What does
then
my avatar
standing
look like?
next
I
to
don't
his
even know.
avatar, it's like an orange panda bear robot. That's your
Okay.
avatar, and then next to that is another actual video of Jordan that's floating in the room, in the middle of the room.
I also check this out. You can take this with me. There he goes. I don't know where I went. Oh yeah.
He just threw the virtual monitor.
How did you fly up, Jordan?
Yeah, I don't know how to fly either. I'm freaking landlocked.
It's like that. It's like the last scene in The Matrix where he comes out of the phone booth and he's
Yeah.
like, he looks left, he looks right.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
I can see The Matrix.
He's Neo of this room.
Do you guys
Test.
do you guys like when you
Test,
think about
test.
your breathing? Do you convince yourselves that you've got it?
That I've got Coroni. I've been convinced I've had Coroni inside my body for the last like 3 weeks, like ever since it started.
Yeah.
I've definitely convinced myself that I had shortness of breath.
Right. It's like every time I think about my breathing, I feel like I've got shortness of breath. But I don't know. I don't know if I actually do.
If I had to bet if I have had it or not, I think I have. Because you know how they say the symptoms in like healthy people are mild and sometimes not even anything. Like you don't even know.
Really?
I've felt like that a little bit. And everyone around me has gotten sick. But as we all know, the American government doesn't have enough tests, so I've never been tested.
So I think
if I had it.
did anybody watch the press conference this afternoon?
No.
I heard about it. I heard it was like crazy. What happened?
So apparently, like, I didn't watch it either. But so all of us are going to say uninformed things about this press conference, I guess.
Right.
So for the listener at home, here's a bunch of bad information coming up right now.
Was he basically just like saying that it's all about private industry is going to take on a lot of this burden instead of the government? Is that?
I have no idea.
Really?
The only thing I heard about was just like criticisms of like the way he was talking.
Yeah.
Jungle trunk. So nobody's officially been sick yet.
No.
No, I've been able to avoid it.
Yeah. I got kind of sick, and my brother was really sick. My girlfriend was sick. My little sister is a flight attendant, so I know she brought that back to home. I think I had it. I think I experienced the Roni. I felt in my body and my mind, it felt like something new. Like it felt like a novel virus. Yeah. Something felt new about it, and felt famous about it. Like this is important. Like he's been around.
I have like a little bit of a tickle in my throat, but it's hard to say if it's like an allergy.
The Roni.
Well, it's weird. I feel like the control in this experiment because I truly have worked from home the last 3 weeks easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we didn't really hear about New York until 3 weeks ago, I would say. When was the first New York day?
I have no idea.
Did we say that already? I don't even remember. But I feel like it was relatively recent. And I feel like I've lived in my little pod of an apartment since then. So I don't know. Kind of weird. I've gone out for a meal a couple times with some people. I don't know. I feel somewhat sheltered from it.
How long do you think we're gonna live like this? Months? That's what people are saying, right?
I just read a thing that said realistic? 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
This is very unprecedented, right? There's nothing like this.
There's never been a government suggested everybody stay home in the U.S. But quite honestly, there's been stuff like this around the world.
Oh, really?
Places. Yeah, I mean, I don't know offhand exactly which.
So you're saying little pockets of communities
I would
forced
say
to be quarantined.
That, I understand what you're probably thinking about specifically is quarantining against a disease, but there's been a lot of floods and climate changey stuff that have caused people to sort of
that's
the
not
town
exactly
shuts down. Yeah, but that's different. In terms of disease, I don't know.
It's the thing I've keep thinking about is it's at once very exciting and gripping, and at the same time very boring.
Very boring. I don't know. Did anybody have a weird way that their office handled this? Did somebody how did they tell people? They were just all right, we're figuring out how to work remotely, and then people just sort of fell back on what they always do.
Anybody? I don't know.
What was the question?
I don't even know what the question.
Any crazy, any interesting work stories of how your office handled the shutdown and stuff?
Not really. We work in the building that the Port Authority head was in, worked in, and he was diagnosed.
Oh damn!
But
yeah, you mentioned this.
Yeah, but we don't work on anywhere near the same floor. It's a different elevator bank entirely. But they cleared out the office anyway, and said that was Monday, and then they said on Tuesday everyone had to work remotely in the entire building. But on Monday, when they announced that was going to happen, there was a stampede out of the office. No one could get out of there fast enough. It made no sense to me. It was this guy, you're on a floor that this guy has never been on. You don't have to leave right now. And in fact, it might be safer to not leave right now.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's a lot of very gut feeling, irrational stuff happening.
That's one thing I keep wondering is and that's a question everybody's asking is okay, is it really dangerous, or are we overreacting, or are we reacting just the right amount? You know what I mean? And I guess because it's unprecedented, we can't really answer that question.
I mean, I think it is kind of good to overreact in a way.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody's saying. It's true.
Better to be, better to look at it and be
that are saying
that was nothing.
We're underreacting.
Yeah.
Let me go through some of the trends on trends.google.com right now. The number one search at the moment let's see what the search at the moment is. Andrew Gillum. Who the hell is that? A man overdosing crystal meth in a hotel room in Miami, and that's the number one. Wow. For one moment in time, it's not coronavirus at the top of Google searches. Second, with 200K searches, Trump press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Third, with 100K searches, is Friday the 13th.
Why do we have different results? I'm over here right now. Oh, Andrew Gillum, there he is, yeah.
But yeah, yesterday, 1 million searches, symptoms of coronavirus.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Dip out. Sorry. I keep doing two things at once.
I know. Well, in VR, it honestly is like very distracting.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why
and do a podcast.
our conversation has been, somewhat stilted there, here, and there, because we're like meant.
I know because it is insane.
It's not good for.
I mean, I liked the idea of being in VR. I've since I took off.
Yeah, you took
my
it off.
headset.
Yeah, I'm just
because
podcast,
it's kind of crazy to be in VR and think at the same time. But
anyway, I don't know. I think this is.
What do you think people are going to wonder 100 years from now?
Wonder 100 years what? About what?
About how we're feeling and dealing with this. If this is a time capsule for the future,
right? Yeah.
What are they going to want to know?
What are they going to want to know? I think
they
like
know.
I mean, a part of me wants to talk about like, what do you call an outbreak? An outbreak is essentially like a mistake. When you think about it, because like if we really were prepared for all sorts of things that we know about, our little net would have caught this bug, right? But what we essentially did was learn about like how if you're not on top of this, the human flow is so quick and so seemingly almost random at times. There's just absolutely no way to contain something like this. So now we're doing our best to like contain the wider containment. And that's like where I feel like we're stepping into at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how it's like everyone's getting involved with like what's going wrong, what's going right.
Right.
Who's handling it well? Oh, they're handling it really well. We're handling it bad. Where's the test? It's crazy how like we're all micromanaging everyone. Like we're all like because we're all glued to every source of news, and we're trying to figure out what to do.
I mean, the most sort of like, I would say basic analogy for this whole thing is very much like the human planet is a giant organism. And if we're going to say we're the thing that matters on it, like our body is sick and now we're getting more sick and we need to like contain this. I don't know. So everyone's like rushing to figure out what to do. All the little cells are running around this planet.
Do you guys know what a dry cough even is?
Wait, what?
Dry cough. A dry cough.
Yeah, what is a dry cough? They say that's a symptom.
That's a symptom.
Interesting.
I guess it's as opposed to a wet.
Like I've been coughing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Should be worried?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you shouldn't be worried. I don't feel like any of us are old enough to be really worried. But,
yeah, not worried.
But I guess, like, maybe if you have it, you're not going to go out. I mean, we're all obeying the rules, right? Like, we're freaking quarantined. I guess if you got the cough and you get the virus, it's going to be interesting. I was thinking, like, if you know you have it, like, I think I saw a tweet just a moment ago. It's like meeting a celebrity. Like, if you have a confirmed case of COVID-19 inside your body, it's almost like it's a celebrity living inside your body. It's a celebrity virus. It's interesting, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so fascinating. I feel like we're just wanting to bond with machines even more. Now we're just
affixed to our tiny little cubicles, whether they be at home or in an office together. And I don't know. I'm being put in a box, you guys. I don't like it.
I mean, you already work from home, so has your life really changed that dramatically?
No, but the few short moments that I would leave, like I usually do create some reason to leave every day. I am now like, maybe I'll stay in. And it's because like the place I want to go is like the store, you know, and like buy
and it's
from my
closed.
deli. Yeah, and I feel like that's like now a thing. I don't know. If I was to just go and walk around the park, nothing would stop me from doing that. If I was to go and like purchase something in a human-centric area, like go to the Apple store even or something like that, I don't know. Like I would think twice about that. I think that's the difference.
Is it rude? Like if you're walking outside right now, you're doing normal human things. Are people looking at you like, wow, thanks, buddy? You know what I mean? Like, is it kind of like
I feel like
jaywalking or like,
I feel like it's at the top
or like
of
not
everyone's
completely
mind.
stopping? Is it a little bit socially rude to be out there?
Well, honestly, I haven't taken the subway in a while. John, have you taken the subway recently? A bunch?
Tuesday was the last time I did.
I feel like that's what's on people's minds.
No,
like,
Wednesday.
When you're in the subway, do you feel that?
Yeah.
Like everyone on the subway used to be thinking about different things, their own problems on the way to work or, you know, during whatever. No, the thing people are collectively thinking about on the subway is the COVID-19 like spreading of germs in the subway car.
Do you want to hear something crazy? I was on the subway with my girlfriend on Sunday, I think it was, and we're just like riding on the subway, and this woman just hacked a loogie onto the floor.
No way. Are you serious?
So crazy.
This isn't like a script you're working on?
No.
This is really
an actual thing a human being did on the subway, like amid all of the coronavirus stuff.
You didn't see like a photographer nearby that was shouting like again?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
Crazy. All right.
Wow. I've seen people do that.
It's so crazy.
But not during the corona. Like I see it a lot in Chinatown. Honestly, that's the place where I saw a lot. I see people like.
I mean,
right into.
Do you do that in a taxi cab? Like the subway is like a taxi cab. Like you're in a big, rather big, like SUV together. Everybody's like, this is like
I guess
like a Suburban that we're riding.
I guess people don't really look. Some people don't see the subway car as like the interior of a vehicle. They just see it as like almost like a dirty sidewalk.
That's insane. I don't get it.
I can see why they think that. Those things are dirty.
Yeah. I mean, I think do you think it's the choice of the floor color?
Why? Because it's like, I actually don't remember what color the subway floor is. And is it just kind of like wild
John,
looking?
to the best of your ability, describe the floor pattern of the New York City subway.
Ooh, it's like black and speckled, right?
Yes. I would say, in my head, this image of this rather complex pattern is somewhat solid. And yeah, you got mostly black and like, what would you say? How many colors?
Like little flecks. I don't know, two or three fleck colors.
Now, if someone's going to be paid money to decide the pattern, because that's definitely a human choice, what you're looking at, right? That's not just like some mixture they poured out and it just does that. That's like a print. What causes those patterns? What are those patterns?
Why? Well, I've heard that it said like why bus seats and airplane seats and things like that have crazy patterns on them is because they get really dirty, and so that all the little bits of dirt don't really show up because it's just so wild anyway. But are you saying that like the floor of the subway it already looks dirty
like, is that
because of the pattern?
Yeah, totally.
It looks disorganized because of the pattern on it, and people are inclined to just litter on it because it already seems very messy.
Exactly. Yeah. But my question was: is that something they poured on, and it's like, is that a random pattern, or is that someone's like,
or is that a repeated pattern somewhere? Good question. I don't know. I would assume that it's a textile and not done
right. It's like a random
organically
mixture then.
No, I mean textile is in like a repeated pattern, like it's on a computer.
Oh, it is. Oh,
something.
okay.
That's what I think. That's just
I have
my
no
guess.
idea.
What do you think?
I want to say it's some kind of random thing, but I don't know like materials enough about that. Like material design. What is someone pouring? That's what I'm thinking. Is it like a blacktop that they poured on top, and it's this sort of paint? I guess I don't even know.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Let's move
Yeah.
on to another subject, the coronavirus.
This is fresh. I like this.
That's actually the only topic anymore.
How are your food habits? I feel like I feel like I've been living this life. It's 2020. I've been ordering a lot of my groceries from Instacart. I'll go and pick up specific things, but like I have always been a service grocery person. That's been my thing. A lot of people love to go and do their whole cart. In fact, I would say probably, I don't know, 90% of all people do that, right? You go to the grocery store and like fill up your whole thing for the week. I've been strictly getting it delivered for the last I'd say 2-3 years.
Really? I've never done it once.
Wow.
That long, yeah. And it's not that much more expensive, which is the presumed thing. The hour or 2 hours that I save doing this is thrilling to me. I hate, and I hate a lot of.
This is how I feel about laundry.
Yeah. What's your laundry setup right now?
I mean, I drop
Are
it
you
off.
saying you never do it anymore?
Yeah. You drop it off and it gets done, and then you pick it back up.
In a day.
Yeah. Are you getting
I don't know, guys.
Because I don't know that world. I don't understand clothes well enough to get the laundry done in a special way. Are you getting anything dry cleaned? I guess that's the question.
Occasionally, but I don't have that many dry clean only stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. I used to do it when I lived there, but I haven't done it in many years. It's cool that your clothes show up. Mine showed up wrapped in plastic. I don't know if that happens to you, John.
Wait, what?
They're folded too, right?
They whenever they were done, wrapped in plastic. It feels like you're opening your clothes for the first time every time.
Does.
You know what I mean?
These are so new.
Because it's like an unboxing of your stuff you already own.
It's a gift to yourself. It's great.
No, it is nice. I haven't done that in a while, but I also like going to the grocery store. You don't like it, Zach?
I like
or
it
you're all about saving time.
I am all about. No, I love going to the grocery store if what I'm carrying out is not a shit ton of food, and it's specific things. I'll go if I'm gonna be fancy and have a cheese night, we're going to pick up some cheese in person. That's happening for sure. If it's my jams, all that stuff, little things like that. If I want to go get a certain alcohol type thing.
But you're saying the staples, your food staples, breads, your eggs.
Why am I going to go
waste
my time to find the bread that I know I already absolutely love? I don't even want to look at it.
What's the bread you love?
Oh, I love I'm like a bird, man. I love seeds and little chalk my bread full of all these extras. I don't know. At least the perception of I'm getting some extra seeds in my tummy.
Have you had what's this freaking strong guy's name? Dave's Super Bread?
Super bread. Who's this?
Dave's. You know what I'm talking about?
No, never.
Dave's?
Oh, it's a brand called Dave's Super Bread?
Yeah.
No, never.
Dave's. I don't know if it's Super Bread, but it's Dave's bread, and it's like a muscular man.
I'm already eating.
It's pretty good. You should check it out.
The bread I have. Maybe you can if you're
so.
Near a web thing, you can look at it. I don't know. It's called It's a Wegmans. It's a Wegmans branded thing, and it's called Honey Crisp Apple. This one. The one before was a little different, but this shit is good.
Where the heck did Jordan go?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Slack him or something. Maybe he.
So, anything else happening with you guys? Anything going on? Thing you want? Any anecdotes you want to burn into a podcast?
Outside of Coroni's or in and around Coroni?
But anything really.
Really? I don't know. No one has any food weird food things they're going through right now?
I mean, like,
was
I
interested.
bought stuff that I've
You
never
mean-
bought before.
What'd you,
Like,
what'd you
why?
buy?
It's not weird or anything. It's just like I saw them and I was like, I should get that. Like frozen chicken nuggets.
What do
like
you
I've
mean?
never gotten those before. But I was like, oh, they're frozen, and it was the last bag of them there. I was like, everybody must know something.
Yeah.
Oh. So you're buying things that are like for
I
stocking
guess,
up.
but like,
Normally you don't eat as much at home.
yeah,
so
I
you're
guess,
buying
and like,
food.
but like
You
the
have to
grocery
eat
stores
more
near me
meals
don't
at
seem
home,
like
and
they're
so you're-
running out of anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, they're not.
Just seeing so many
Yeah, the
pictures
only
of that.
thing my grocery store was out of was toilet paper.
I feel so.
Which I know everybody's talking about it, but why is everybody buying so much toilet paper?
Yo, if you need some,
Is there any answer to that question?
I have so much right now. I feel so good.
I don't. I have one roll left, so I actually am.
I
on the
mean,
end.
if you have a problem getting it, let me know. I'll overnight it for you.
But why does everybody think that we're going to run out of toilet paper during this thing?
I mean, I don't know. That's really what separates us from the animals, quite frankly.
Wiping our butts.
Yeah.
The thing is I feel like all you guys are animals because I got a bidet 2 years ago.
Oh my god, I'm so
I'm
jealous
liv-
of that. I gotta try that, honestly.
You have to get one.
I mean, I've used one in my life. Probably I can count it on one hand, like maybe twice, I think, yeah. But I've never had a lifestyle incorporating it, and that would be great. Kind of want.
That's the thing.
You just install that shit, right? How does that work?
Yeah,
With
no,
water?
I've actually bought
Back
bidets
or-
for like 3 different people.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I've bought bidets for like 3 different people. Like I bought one for my brother for Christmas, and I feel like my other brother when he moved into his apartment. And you can install them into toilets.
It's a conversion
existing
kit,
toilets.
Right?
Yeah, it doesn't even take that long, and you do some light plumbing work.
Wow.
So it makes you feel a bit like a plumber because you have to unscrew one valve on your toilet and then like put a splitter on, and once it's working, it's cool. You blast water out
That's
your
awesome.
butt and it gets clean.
Oh my god. Maybe
I
I'm
think
an animal.
I think that's what I kept thinking whenever all these people were stocking up on toilet paper. It's like, damn, dude. Why has the bidet phenomenon not
Can you
hit
explain-
the United States yet? What are
Can you
we?
explain
What
this
are we
to me?
waiting
need
for?
toilet paper, no? Or are you gonna walk around with
This is what I was about to say. Yeah, can you?
No, you do use a bit of
Can you
toilet.
explain
You do
to
use
me,
a little
like,
bit.
yeah, you still need to dry off after the bidet does its thing, right?
You still have to dry off. It's true, but I would say I've not done the research to measure exactly, but I would say I use about a fifth.
How
as much toilet
how do you
paper.
adjust to like the water blasting your butthole? It
How do
just
you
seems like
adjust
it's
to
got to
it?
be really
At
unpleasant.
first, you're like, it's the opposite of unpleasant.
Pleasant.
It's pleasant. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you get used to it. The thing is that the crazy thing is like it gets up your butt. I'm not gonna lie. Your large intestine gets
that
filled up with
seems
water.
so
and then you have to
terrible.
shoot it out. Well, you can try to block it, but honestly, you want it up there. It's a lot. One thing I've been thinking a lot about is like the thing that makes bidets so good at getting poop out of your butt is what makes hydraulic fracking so bad.
Wait, run that by me again?
you know how hydraulic fracking works? It's
So wait,
for the
you're
shale
saying you're
industry.
hydraulic fracking your butt,
You're telling me
and it's pleasant.
Exactly.
Your sweet poop is the
And
oil
it's-
we crave, we need? Wow.
Exactly. It's a lot like that extra shale that
I think we're
It's like
racist.
licking
Does not sound like
I want to
science.
go even a step further. Ryan, I think I want
What'd
to
you
go
say?
a step further. I think you're an animal now also because we could be utilizing the poop you're blasting and we're not even doing that. So we're all horrible. Like that.
What are you
that's
talking
the next
about?
step. Like you've got, your paper toilet paper. And now and you're
you
like,
mean,
no, I've
why
moved
aren't we using poop for
Yeah, you're like,
fertilizer?
I've moved on,
Is that what
I'm
you're
on
saying
a
right now?
bidet. Well, like future version
exactly.
of that guy is utilizing his poop for something.
That's true. It is true. I've heard human poop is a really good fertilizer.
I don't know. I would call it the fracker. Like it goes bidet and then fracker. I think you're onto something.
Would you guys both buy bidets right now and install them and use them on the next podcast? And you do it for the first time live?
That would be funny, but no.
Why not?
I don't want that on my butt.
Do it for the
That's not
content.
why I do anything. That's a lie. I definitely do some stuff.
No, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
I want to see
Everybody
this.
will love it.
What's the best bidet? Like,
Wait, how much is a conversion kit?
I got one for $20 to
That's
$25
really
bucks. I think they're really cheap.
but here's $1,000.
Yeah, they're so cheap. I think you can spend
I wanna
probably
spend that
$100.
little.
You can probably spend a lot of money on them. So you can spend more
What does
on
the
it.
wire
I'm sure
cutter
it'll be a little
say?
bit nicer.
Rose gold.
The
Oh
wire
yeah,
cutter
best
has
bidet 2020.
reviews.
They're up to date. It's
Which
this
one is it? What's the
Toto
brand?
Washlet C200, and it costs $410.
Yeah, that's cool. What are the features?
Let's see. All the features you'd want in a bidet seat.
Warmed. Mine only does one thing, which is shoot water. on my butt. So what does this one offer me?
You can customize the bidet experience without many unnecessary extras.
Some bidets have two jets, like one's for vaginas.
This one says a stream of water that's as gentle or as strong, if that's your preference, as that of more expensive options. In terms of cleaning, this model was just as effective as every other bidet we tested. There are options for a pulsating or an oscillating stream. You can even do both at once.
I think that would,
which further
maybe
varies the feel
help.
of the water
Wow.
and can make the stream less intense than a direct one. You can dial in the stream, a feature that's consistent with most of the C200 features. You have lots of options, and it's highly likely that you can easily set it exactly how you want, which is a major reason so many people like us find this model satisfying.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're definitely giving your anus a massage.
It goes up to
with a
97
jet of
degrees
water.
Fahrenheit also.
And so I could...
Yeah.
Wow, so this one heats the water. How quickly?
It
Like,
must.
does it have like a reservoir
must.
that it's like a hot tank? Wow.
Oh, the water
That's
stream
really
starts
cool.
up 5.5
No, I would love
seconds
that.
after you press the button, which is on par with most bidets.
Why? Oh, so it has...
Oh my
it's
god,
like a
the
Keurig.
tank of hot water can run out if you use the bidet for much longer than a minute or multiple times within a period of 10 minutes. This almost never happened, and when it did, the temp faded to cool, so it wasn't an abrupt or uncomfortable transition.
Okay. No, it's not bad. I mean, the temperature of the water is an issue. And I can imagine, I think here in LA, I'm living in LA, the water coming out of the pipes when you set it to cold.
Well, that's
what's
the
going
bread
on
guy.
over
I just made some
making
fresh
some in the
toast for
microwave?
everybody. You guys want a slice?
Oh.
No, that was a test. We're in
Yes,
quarantine.
Yeah, they're sharing. Fail. Sorry, continue. We're discussing water temperature.
I'd say the cold pipe water that comes out of my sink here in California, in LA, is much warmer than the pipe water in New York and anywhere in the north, in the east or the north. I remember in the middle of the winter there, like
It's really
your cold
cold, yeah.
water is almost ice. It gets really cold. So that hitting my butt, I think, would be shocking. Because it sucks even sitting down on the toilet in the winter, even just the cheeks. So shooting cold water up my butt in the middle of winter doesn't sound appealing.
I mean, what do you call that? Polar bearing?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
fire falling?
Fire falling, yeah.
Shooting the really cold water.
that?
Yeah.
Shooting really cold
That
water
is.
up your butt.
It's called whaling. Like a whale sprout. Something like that. No, nobody.
I don't know. But I would say I feel like the name of how you poop when you own a bidet, and I'd love to hear anybody out there who's listening who uses a bidet, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you do just start fracking your butt
I mean, I love this
And
terminology.
I think the term fracking is what I would go with because that's what it's so similar to. But I don't know if anybody else has a name for the poop technique with a bidet.
It's a really upsetting phrase. Fracking your butt.
Poop.
Fracking your butt.
Fracking your butt.
I think just
It's because it's the most.
Is because it's also alerted us to the missed potential of material that's being wasted here. I mean, we could be doing so much more.
You mean just saving toilet paper? Yeah. I've thought about that. I'm like, am I using a lot of water though? Like, is that bad in some way?
You know, all the problem with factory farming is that it's a large concentration of, you know, cows sort of shitting. It's really the farting, not the shitting, that's the problem. But let's put that aside. We could be bidetting these cows, is what I'm saying. Like, we could be bidetting and sending that useful cow poo to something. I don't know. This makes them.
Yeah, it is a real problem that we're not using all of our human poop for.
I mean, what's
fertilizer?
The mission that someone has clearly probably already written about? Like, what can poop be used for?
What do you mean? It can be used for everything we use, like cow manure and other poops for in farming.
Enlighten me. What are those things?
I've heard it's really good too. What I mean, you put it you mix it in the soil for the vegetables, and then they grow way better. Farming. Yeah, no, I was friends with this guy he was like a cook at this coffee shop I worked at. His name is Willie, and he's from Mexico. He's here illegally, you know. He's sending money back to his family and stuff. And he said that he used to be like a migrant farmer down in Mexico, and he said like the rules were a lot more loose there, and they would have an outhouse near where like the field where they're working was, and they would all poop in this outhouse for like a month or two, and it would just be like a wooden shack on top of a hole. And whenever their poop reached the top of the hole, they would say, okay, time to move, and they would take the outhouse off of that spot, and then they would seal it up with wood, like a plywood top, and they said they would just let it sit for like a full year, and then they would come back to it after a year, and they would open it up, and it would be like sawdust or like just like dust. He said like very just like dehydrated powder, and they said they would mix that into the dirt to grow like, you know, peppers and things like that, regular vegetables. And he said that fertilizer was better than anything they would use, like way better than cow manure. And because like the logic is because like humans have like a very diverse diet, and so we have, you know, some pretty dank poop.
That's actually how we've discovered certain hidden civilizations in like the rainforest. This is a real thing. Like there are previous. Have heard about this? Like they found this one civilization. I will like find the article because I just have to ask one person where it is. But they found one civilization where the roads were super wide. And it was like to the point where the layout of the city was so impressive that people were like comparing it to something like finding an Atlantis type of thing, or just like a society that was like very well sort of evolved, or even just city planned, like just in terms of the road work and the roads, and these like certain soils were like super rich. And you cannot find soil of that particular type like anywhere else. And it's like that's the whole story. There's like some like
is this somewhere in South America?
Yeah, it's either it's a rainforest thing, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same thing I know about, which is just like that recently they found that the most diverse parts of the rainforest were actually just farms that they didn't recognize as farms before because they didn't look like monocrop farms that we have, like just fields of corn. They were like mixed types of things all together that would like
and they grow better, I think.
Cohabitate. Yeah, they grow better that way. And so they like this myth about how the rainforest is this like bastion of diversity is actually tending to be not true. And the most diverse parts of the rainforest are actually just like old farms.
Sorry to cut in. Is Regina here?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Regina's here now. Welcome to the pod.
What's going on?
Reg, how are you doing? How's How you doing in
I'm
quarantine?
kind of in quarantine. I picked up a rental car today and I'm driving to New Hampshire tomorrow, where I will be.
Whoa, that sounds like a place to
Yeah,
be quarantined.
like my sister has a farm, so I feel like if the world ends, I'm gonna be okay.
Oh, so basically, you've got a bunker. You've got your bunker.
Yeah, your whole story right now sounds like the
Yeah, I'm
beginning of a
just trying to be
zombie movie.
prepared.
No. She's gonna be
We're going upstate to the farm.
No, when the grocery is like out of all the food, you're gonna have like homegrown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for a second, but then you're gonna see like the world crumble around you on the news, and then you're gonna have like a few days before like just people start coming up, like slowly.
Yeah, but her husband's also a hunter, so.
Oh, that's perfect.
This is perfect.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die in like the 30 minutes.
I mean, now are you still in New York?
Yeah, I'm still in New York right now. I'm leaving in the morning.
You should probably pick up a couple guns like before you get out of here.
I don't know how to do that. I also feel like that's probably an easier thing to do in New Hampshire. Live free or die. So, right. Yeah.
That's really fun. So you're gonna be up on a farm for 2 months?
For the first part, I'm staying at my dad's, which is less interesting, and then I'm gonna go to my brother's, and then if apocalypse really hits, that's when I'll go to the farm.
That's when you're going to. Okay, this farm is just.
They're renovating the house, so yeah. What's up, John? Am I too far from the mic?
Wow.
No, you're good.
No, I was just gonna ask if you've ever used a bidet.
Yes, only at like very fancy places. But I get that they are cleaner and that's a fact, but it doesn't feel right to me.
Regina here.
You mean at least
that's true, but I'm not going to spend $400.
Oh, you've never tried?
Honestly, I'm happy to hear that she falls on the side of the argument because we're getting like a full gem like perspective of the jewel here. Like, there's just so many. Everyone's got a different feeling about this.
I've honestly, Regina's the first person I've ever met who said they didn't like it.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like it. It's one of those, I know I should, but yeah, it feels wrong. I don't know. I think Leron likes them.
The thing that feels wrong. So, I mean, I'm on his page for sure. And everybody I've ever known has loved them. And everybody acknowledges how weird it is. We have a look that we give each other when you both, like whenever I got it from my brother and he had been using it for a week or so, we look at each other and there's almost this thing beyond words because you don't want to go into specifics about how you're using it, all the techniques you're doing. But you both know that you both have way cleaner butts and life's a lot better now.
I just actually
do you like
looking
bidets?
into your eyes for a moment and just knowing.
You love them?
I just
Why?
Good Lord. That's funny. Oh man. So
Leron.
Yeah, Leron.
So
he
Leron
loves
likes
them.
it.
He says your butt's cleaner and you don't have to use paper.
But the thing is that's surprising to me is that he says he loves them, but you guys don't have one.
So Leron, why don't we have one?
So he doesn't.
Brenda says you don't really love them if you don't have one.
We have.
You don't love them that much.
We have a plumbing situation that does not allow.
Oh, so you try to get one, and then it wasn't like.
We have a flushometer toilet.
what does that mean?
Oh.
I don't know. It's really old and it makes a farting noise every time you flush it. Do you guys want to hear?
Yeah, let's get that.
Okay,
Yeah.
ready?
That's actually some really good
ready?
podcast content.
Oh, I got one for you guys.
That's good.
Wait.
I had to fix a flushometer earlier.
See, did you hear it at the end? It's a delayed.
Oh, what was?
No.
I was gonna say.
No, it's like right.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
flush
you flush,
sounded
and then
normal.
right as you're leaving the bathroom, like you've opened the door so everyone can hear it. The toilet goes. Yeah.
So that That's like,
It's
is that
old.
an
I think
old
it's old.
toilet or is that
Really,
a
it's
new kind
old,
of
right?
toilet?
Yeah, he says it's old. Yeah.
Wow,
It's like one of
flushometer.
those ones, like it doesn't have a
Like a-
tank or anything, you know? Yeah, it's like an industrial
weird.
toilet.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I feel bad.
I'll tell him you're
I feel
sorry
bad
for
for
saying he doesn't
Riveron,
love
like-
bidets.
He's a friggin' bidet. No, I mean that makes total
Yeah,
sense.
he's
now
all about it.
tried. He
But the
wants
thing
one.
is, yeah, it's like it came with the building, and so they still fix it for us. So if we got a different toilet, like our neighbors have one with the bidet, if we got that, the building wouldn't fix it for us anymore if it broke.
Does anybody else have a caricature of a toilet? Are you guys near your toilets?
I mean, how far can you really
What
be
do you
from
mean?
your
My
toilet?
toilet's-
You're quarantined.
Well, I just
Yeah.
in
You
relation
saying, do I
to the
have a
podcast,
unique
Yeah.
toilet
You know?
sound?
But yeah, I mean, do you guys want to hear my
Are you-
super loud one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready? Okay, so I will say that I actually close the lid before I flush every time because of how
Does that
loud
do
it is.
anything?
So you have a choice. You could listen to it up and down, or just the one. Up
I
to
want
you.
I want
I don't know
both.
if
I want a
it's
side by side.
Okay, so this is
Yeah,
with
I
it up.
guess. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I might want to wait a bit okay, all right, we'll just go for it. So here it is. This is full blast. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's a good one.
Yeah.
That is loud.
It's a big boy.
That sounds
That wasn't
strong.
even me putting I'll tell you where the laptop was at. Waist level, and I'm just standing next to it, like maybe a foot off from the bowl here. So that's pretty loud, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know how much more interesting it's going to get if I close it, but if I close it, it sounds like this.
Still seems pretty loud. Yeah.
It's kind of what I imagined. Yeah.
I think it's like a whole 3 dB.
So is that pretty good flush though? It sounds like you've never had a clog
I
or
think that's
anything, right? Like
Yeah, I
sounds
think it's
aggressive.
really aggressive. Sort of like we don't want to deal with your shit.
So I also have a flushometer, and I had to earlier in the year, or maybe last year, for like a long time. When I flushed my toilet, I would have to like hit the thing multiple times to get it to flush even a little bit.
Yeah.
So I had to replace the little rubber thing inside. It's a whole like cartridge deal that you got to put in it. And Zach, you might have the wrong one in there because I also got a
Oh yeah, that's what happens that's why ours makes the farting noise. It's the cartridge.
yeah. You can get they come in
Yeah.
like different like capacities,
Wow.
and there's like the 7
Right.
gallon, the 4 gallon, and like if you put they'll work with the wrong one, but they'll be like really intense or like not intense enough.
Right. Ours is not intense enough right now.
What?
And it makes the farting noise.
We could trade. Mine like nearly sucks you into the toilet. Creates
Pretty
a
good.
vacuum room, yeah.
Wow. I hope there's somebody out here who
Well,
this
yeah.
is like helpful.
I got it overnighted on Amazon. Like it was extremely fast. Like when I finally like did the research and like figured out what it was in my toilet that wasn't working right. It got here like the next day. I popped it in my toilet that hadn't been working for like.
You popped it in yourself? No
Yeah.
problem? All right.
That's cool.
That's good to know.
I felt
Yeah.
really accomplished. I'll be
Did you
honest.
feel like
And I
a
felt more
plumber?
accomplished that I chose, like that I ordered something online that actually worked than actually installing it.
Weird.
The installation was pretty easy. You just kind of take out the old one and put the new one in. Like it just kind of drops in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Super Mario?
Yeah.
I pronounced
More
that
like
in your native tongue.
his tall brother Luigi.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything else we want to talk about the quarantine? I was saying, Regina, this is sort of like a time capsule, so people in the future can like listen to this and just see,
that's
like get into
cool.
the
Another
hearts
nice
and
thing about
minds
the-
of the people living.
Another
during
nice thing about the quarantine
great
is like
event.
during the week, like I like Jordan got me into sous vide. Yeah.
Sous vide.
Explain what sous vide is if you don't
Sure.
For the people at home,
it's a
describe a
slow.
sous
It's a method of
vide.
slow cooking, where you kind of vacuum seal stuff into a bag, and then you put that bag of your food into a bath of water that's kept at a certain temperature, like a really steady temperature.
Not your toilet.
What?
Not
Not your toilet. No, it's like a vat.
It's not boiling.
But it takes a long
Okay.
time. Like the whole
Oh,
point of it
God.
is that it like takes like a couple hours or more to cook something in it. Being quarantined is great because like at 4:00 I can like pop something in and have a sous vide dinner
Yeah, that's great.
on a weekday. Yeah,
That's cool.
the work from home lifestyle I like a lot.
Wow.
Like
I hope
we don't.
Do you think you're gonna get really lonely?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if I will either.
Well, if you're with somebody, it's different.
That's true.
If someone's coming.
I don't know. Like my job, like we were all on like Slack is how we talk during the day, even in the office. So
Mhm.
it doesn't feel like I'm that less connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but also
Yeah,
very
so
excited.
sad.
Like we're ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's cool. Yeah, Jordan. I had one of Jordan's sous vides at his house once, and it was probably one of the best steaks I've ever had. Like at a certain point, and you have like I think it's probably at least like top 3. Like I couldn't find anything wrong with it. It was just like incredible,
and it's easy as hell.
And he's like, that's
it's really easy.
That's like what you get every time.
Did you guys get your census mail this week?
No.
Oh, I guess it's just me.
Oh, not yet.
Oh shit.
So it's the year of the rat. You guys feeling it or
I
what?
feel a little.
Oh, I mean,
like
I'm
a
feeling
rat.
like a rat.
Yeah.
Sure. Already right.
Did I tell you about the rat
Yeah.
stamps?
That was good.
Dude, I went at I went into the post office and this guy was like yelling at the people that work there, like, "Do you guys have the rat stamps yet?" And you're like, "I know what you're talking about, sir." And he said, "You should have got them." And they're like, let's check.
How did you not know you
you're
had
right,
them?
We did get them. And yeah.
Was he out of breath and like had to be somewhere?
No, he just seemed like he just seemed like a guy who knows everything about stamps. And he was like, he knew more than the people that worked at the post office about when they were coming out. Yeah, and they're beautiful. Anyone listening at home, go to your post office, ask for the rat stamps.
I really need some.
They're
Who they are, yeah.
they're gorgeous. No, I mean they're really good stamps.
They're worth a ton.
The thing is, if this is a time capsule, then they probably won't be able to go to their post office to get.
You're right. I mean, this is for the people listening now. For the people listening now, this is that. But then
Got it.
yeah, it's both. Anything you want to send
You
into
guys
the
have any
future?
good books you're gonna read while you're in quarantine?
Oh, see, that's a great question. I don't know.
I just packed. I
I'm
packed a few.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed at the opportunity to read a bunch.
It's what's the thing called when you have too many choices? It's like there's a saying for it, like paradigm of
choice
choice or
paralysis.
something.
Choice paralysis.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Decision.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the Netflix situation, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I've heard it being called as like what's like the person who like conducts airplanes, flight
Air Commander?
the guy who worked. Yeah, there's like there's something like I feel like it's like air traffic control syndrome or something. There's like a certain number of like choices or like things that's like the upper limit of the amount of things a human can deal with. And
with the
so what are
I
you gonna
just
read, Reg?
put the bag in the other room, so I have to go through it. But I got Fascism, the Madeleine Albright book. It seems good.
Never heard of it.
It's a motivational book that has mountains on the front. Hold on, I gotta go to the other room
What's it called?
and see. It's not like a self-help
I haven't read a
book,
self-help book
but I
in a
feel like it's
while.
probably at some point going to tell me to have like a gratitude journal, you know?
It's feeling like that.
I just
Yeah.
did you
well,
read
no, I
did
didn't
you
read
read
the
that
link.
link
I
I
read
put
the
in
headline.
Slack yesterday?
Yeah.
But you read the headline. But yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
There's like a
It's
study
bullshit.
that said
It's all
that the
bullshit.
gratitude
I got Confessions of a
exercises don't
Sociopath,
work.
The Incendiaries, and the
That's a
Idiot.
book?
Yes. Those are my books.
Those are great titles.
Yeah, I'm going for it. Yeah.
Do you like reading? Like, just like
No,
when you
I
sit down
love
with the
it,
book,
but
kicking
the
back to the
thing
book,
is-
it doesn't feel like work to you? Oh,
Reading
shit.
TV show.
Can you guys hear Reg right
She
now?
got. No.
Oh my god!
Whoa! Well, thank you, Regina, for being here.
Right at the hour.
What an exit!
I was like,
Oh, she's
why?
back.
Oh, fuck. Is it
Wait.
not working?
Oh, she sounds robotic though.
I had a really good answer, and you guys
No,
were all
no, you're
silent,
good
and
now.
I was like, damn. And then I realized I had disconnected.
It sounded really crazy when he glitched out.
The
It was like,
apocalypse begins. I was saying,
yeah.
like,
Wait, what did you say?
reading good fiction to me is like the most fun. It's like the same as like watching a really good TV show, but I struggle with nonfiction more than I struggle with like a documentary, or like nonfiction TV is easy, but nonfiction books not so much. You know?
Mm.
Oh, really?
I feel the opposite way. I struggle with fiction books.
Why?
I don't know.
I feel like, I don't know. I think I don't do active visualization. Like, I think it's really hard for me to like put the effort in to like paint these pictures in my mind when I'm reading the words.
I don't know. That's
It
strange to
must
me
come
because I
easily
feel like
to
you're
you.
a much more creative person. So that seems seems contradictory to what I would have assumed.
I know. I don't know. It's hard. I just lose. I lose those. What do you
I
guys?
get what you mean.
Zach and John. Is it hard for you?
It's not hard for me to visualize.
Is it hard
things,
for
but
you
it
as
is
to
hard for me
visualize
to,
things?
Concentrate enough on a book. I don't know. I just have a hard time reading long things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably what it boils down to for me. It's like the commitment factor.
I love having read. After
Yeah.
I've read a book, I'm like, wow, I did that. I'm honestly really proud of myself because it's so hard for me. But I do like enjoy
Well,
the
that's what it is,
feeling
like-
of being done with one.
I'm always like in my mind aware of
But-
like the percentage of the book done I am.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. You guys should try some
Yeah.
like really not difficult, like true crime type of stuff. It's just fun. It's like super escapist. Oh, really?
What about
I don't
love
like
true
true
crime.
crime either. I feel like the
I
only
love
one.
true crime.
you like it,
I don't.
Zach?
I like can't stand it. I don't know why.
I mean,
I think it's like after the first couple I saw, I just boiled it down to like this is more like murder. That
No, but
happened
like,
to
what
real
about
people,
McMillions?
and
Are you
this
watching
actually
McMillions?
Oh, it's so good.
No,
It's so good.
I heard it's good,
It's
but
good?
I haven't watched it
See,
yet.
I just don't know the good stuff.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
on
but
HBO.
isn't that
yeah,
a
yeah.
TV show?
But Zach said stuff he's watching. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll watch a true crime thing.
Yeah.
I usually don't
love
like it, but it sucks me in. I hear a lot. My girlfriend
Yeah.
listens to
They're so fun.
true crime podcasts, and she's getting ready for work in the morning. I'll walk in here while she's like putting her makeup on, and it'll be like they found the child's bones underneath the house.
That's what I'm talking about.
The jawbone was fractured, indicating abuse. And it's just like, whoa, you just
Yeah,
woke up.
that's
Why
my
are you trying to do
issue.
this to yourself?
I do it too, and Lee Brown always
to
says the
me,
same thing. He's like,
it's
why is this happening right before bed, or like right whatever? But I'm always like, I don't know. It's interesting.
I don't want to make this a males females thing.
I don't know.
but
My
it
dad's
does
super
seem
into
like a
it.
female
Like he's the one who
phenomenon,
got me into
true
it.
crime. What's with that?
But his were like a little different. He was in more true crime, like, you know, like cops and robbers type of stuff. But that was my gateway.
Yeah. I just hate all of it. The aesthetics of, like, I don't like police work. I don't like courtrooms.
It's hard for me
I
to
don't
follow like cop talk. Like, I loved The Wire.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there were just like whole sections of these scenes where you're like, oh yeah, this is like the inside baseball sort of like, you know, terminology or whatever it is. And I like can't, like, even if I try to focus on it, I
Tune it
immediately
out.
like just somehow it's not getting to me. I don't know what it is, but
it feels like I'm doing work, and it's like I just wanted an escape. Like, I didn't want to get done.
See, I think that's what I
involved
like,
in your
is the
mystery.
feeling of like, of getting involved in it. And, yeah.
I know. I mean, and I have been sucked into history before, and I'm like,
Right.
oh, I need to know what happens, and what is this? What does this mean? And afterward, I'm like, oh, how did that happen to me again? See, like
Do you
that.
think you're
But yeah,
generally a
just, like,
gullible person?
well, probably.
I
think
don't
should
know.
fall
I
first.
kind of feel like this is less tied to gender and more tied to like an inherent skepticism, where like I don't necessarily have like an inherent skepticism. I am like pretty gullible and kind of just accept things, and so I think it might be that.
I don't think so. I don't know.
my problem with true crime is I know it's like someone's life. And getting like entertainment from their pain that happened.
Oh,
But
interesting.
what's fascinating, but obviously it's so much more than just even like why you sign up for true crime on this Saturday night or something is like not just to see like people get hurt. That's obviously not it. It's about, you know, uncovering a mystery and the techniques they use, and then like the absolute like insane coincidence of like someone finding something that they would never have found. Like they find it on a beach or something like that. You're like, they would have never solved the case if they didn't find the fucking sandal there or something like that. So I don't know, there's all sorts of reasons, but the victim thing is still real.
That's interesting.
And it's like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but
yeah,
maybe I just need a good one. That's what I'm saying. Like all this shit sounds juicy, you know? Like I get it. Like it's like hot goss, but like fine.
Yeah, I watched it. We talk about that Netflix documentary.
I haven't watched it yet. I keep clicking and then not following through.
It's I watched that. That's like a true crime doc, and that was harsh, man.
Which one?
There's some harsh scenes in
Maybe I'll
there.
watch that.
Some cat abuse. Don't fuck with cats.
Which?
I thought you said you watched it, John. You didn't?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Don't fuck with cats.
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, it was dark, right?
I'm into it. I'm gonna watch it.
Dark.
It's pretty good, and yeah, I mean, I understand why people get sucked up in it, but it's just like I just feel like it's like too dark for me.
Do you
like,
think
the world's
that
pretty
like with
dark
the Corona stuff, like dark stuff will
no.
trend or lighter stuff will trend?
I've heard it said that whenever things are really bad, that like positive art thrives, and when things are really good, that negative art thrives.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know how true.
I feel like it would be always in balance all the time. People seeking what they want to run away from, and then people flocking to comfort and information about the thing. Like,
yeah, I gotta say, I'm definitely not like. I feel like things are so dark in the world that I seek a positive escape with TV and stuff. Like I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's not even a
this
positive
season,
escape. That's like a
and
cringe.
it's been like
I love
What do you
Curb Your
mean?
Enthusiasm. I've been watching it.
That's
I've
so
been rewatching it too. But it's like it's not a positive escape. No. Leron, would you call Curb Your Enthusiasm a positive
It's
show?
so funny.
Yeah, but it's like you have to
a lot
be
of good
in a place for that. Like you have to. I don't know. Like I tense up watching that show.
I aspire to live.
exactly.
Really?
That's your point, right? It's like
Aspirational.
you're going for the squirms. You're like, I want to put myself in a squirm, but
obviously your like sum total is like you're gonna laugh at it. So I guess
Lee
it's
Ron says
positive.
it's like it's positive because it's an aspirational show. Like he aspires to be like Larry David.
Yeah,
That's how you
yeah,
feel,
that is like that.
right?
I mean, I do like the season.
I'm not watching this season. I'm on like
It's really
season
funny.
9,
I mean,
think.
I feel like maybe I don't get lost up at like I'm not fooled by the acting or something. Like I can always just kind of see them in the background, just like
Oh, it's like Seinfeld. It's the same.
because cool, but they do like
Yeah.
improv on Curb.
Yeah.
Like it's like half a script, and so I always can't forget just like how they're all just joking around right now, and like I don't know.
Yeah, they're
and
very
then there's
funny.
just funny jokes, you know.
I guess you're right. All right, I'll backtrack.
I guess it's
Yeah.
It seems like
I
they're
just
having
think
fun.
that's a show that
Yeah,
like
I
I
understand
can't
it.
watch before bed anymore. Like I can't have it playing as I fall asleep because it's the cringe level gives me anxiety sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's still
Wow.
fun. It's weird that I can watch true crime as I fall asleep, but not Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It is kind of crazy.
What can I say?
Any other content anybody's excited to consume during your quarantine?
I don't know. Zach, what's that show you keep talking about?
Oh, it's so good.
What is it? I see that work when I open Hulu, but I've never like investigated.
It's called Devs, DEVS. Obviously refers to like developers working on software. And it's Alex Garland is the director, and he directed Annihilation.
Oh, I liked
and Ex
Annihilation.
Machina.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing
So
about the
it's
show. I
got the
haven't
same
watched it, but-
tone and vibe, which I love. And the camera is like amazing in it. It looks so good. Anyway, yeah, show's great. But they're releasing it weekly, and I'm very impatient.
Oh, that
And
sucks.
so-
I have a hard time with
Oh,
that.
wow.
What's it
How many
about?
eps are out
Yeah.
so far?
I know people would be like, it's about, without giving anything more than like a log line ish type of thing, is like, because it really is like a mystery at every turn. The one thing I'll say is like, it's about the sort of like religious evangelization of tech companies, and how like some tech company has this massive hidden campus somewhere. And it's a lot like how Ex Machina begins, where the guy like goes into the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? So their campus is in the middle of nowhere, and they're doing something like really amazing. And then the movie is about finding out what that is, and then all the shit that starts to happen in this place. And it's like the tone is like very slow and creepy. It's awesome. Anyway,
What's it called
called-
again? The
yeah,
devs?
yeah, just
Or just
Devs.
devs?
It's
Hulu.
on, if you want to get it.
I just got
Yeah,
Hulu.
it's
It
Hulu
sucks.
Yeah,
it does
Hulu.
suck. This show is amazing.
Yeah,
though.
Hulu's like interface.
What
That's
a
a
garbage
college.
app! It's like I'm coming from YouTube TV, which is like a well-oiled machine, and now it's like
Yeah, Hulu sucks. But yeah, it has some good content. You know, plus that's how we have HBO is through Hulu. So
Just through Hulu, yeah.
Zach, can I guess the plot of that show?
don't spoil anything though.
Just go, yeah.
No, I know,
I
but
don't- I
if he
don't know anything
confirms it,
about
then
it.
he might
This is- I
spoil
only know
something.
since
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get it right.
Just have it.
So this secret like campus in the woods. It's like Google's campus that they have in California, but it's out in the woods. And so remember that time when Larry Page, I think, one of the Google guys was like he had like a really soft voice at this moment, and he had the picture of the Earth rotating behind him during like a Google conference, and he was like, "I really would love there to be an island where I could do whatever I want, where there is, and I could it would be like Google Island." And people saw that, and people were at once like, "This was real life." People were at once like, "That's kind of a cool idea, but also scary and like kind of super villainy." And like, what would that island even look like? So I think you're saying these people are basically starting their own like other culture based around some other ideology that's like, I don't know, semi-scientific and like whatever they think it's objective, and it's kind of like new eugenics, and like sort of like injecting their ideology into the world, and they're like the main hub of this company. It's kind of like Facebook.
It's got some,
and they're changing the world through their code, and they're like living the weird future that they want to live, which is like sort of like a post-culture tech world. Weird people, genetic engineering, biohacking, things like that.
Show.
So that's not the show.
What I will say, I'm only 3 episodes in, and the show has had enough like really cool sort of like twists and turns. I think like my way of rating a show's success is like how much like oomph does each episode really have, because I get really annoyed when I feel like I'm watching a transition episode or an episode that's just not as eventful as everything around it. But this one has been very even-handed, like awesomely crafted hour 3 times in a row, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like really amazing. So I could watch it weekly, I feel like. What was my...
But, you didn't say how many eps are out.
3 are up, and I think they drop every Thursday.
I'll watch them tonight, baby.
It's pretty good.
I'm in.
But it's similar. What you're
so
talking
I didn't
about
guess.
similar
So nothing.
On the show.
What I described is basically.
I mean, it kind of already said. It's like a hidden. There's a hidden sort of lab, and you find out what's happening. And I don't want to say anymore because it's just totally gonna chip away at one little detail of a cool surprise. You'll see. It's awesome.
Guys, I'm gonna have to drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have to drop too.
Right.
We gotta eat some din.
All
right, that's fine. We can end the podcast. It's 75 minutes right now.
That's pretty good.
Which is a pretty.
I actually think people are going to be consuming podcasts less during the coronavirus.
That we can send out there.
Yeah, I tried to consume
your hunch
one.
about
I
that?
tried to consume one today, but like I need to be like commuting or doing something in order to listen. Yeah, I can't listen and work. I can't like have things to read.
Yeah, Reg, we're screwed.
You're right.
As podcasters,
you're 100% right.
Yeah, we're totally.
But, guys, no, but I'm a podcast fiend, and I listen to them while I do dishes and while I clean. You go to the grocery. I guess you can't go to the grocery store. But you do them while you do like tasks like cleaning, and your house will get so clean.
Yeah, but see, that's when I watch all my TV shows.
When you clean?
Yeah, while I'm cleaning.
You guys are those people that just listen to TV.
Yeah, I totally. I watch TV. Yeah, it's super rude. But like, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. Like, what are you gonna?
We're all. I can't believe it. We're all people in the video industry, and you don't even respect your own kind.
Oh my God, do I not respect it? I respect
McMillions, I will sit and watch. Like a good thing, I will sit and watch. But like if I'm watching like This Is Us, I don't need to watch it. I know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of
100%
agree. But I also feel like rude. I don't do that very often.
You feel bad.
I do feel bad. I'm like, what if I'm missing something?
There's so much work put in.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. Okay, well, thanks for listening to the coronavirus quarantine national emergency.
Yeah, it's now a national emergency.
Super pod time capsule episode. What were we doing? Friday the 13th of 2020, March 2020. Thanks for being on. Zach, Regina, John, Jordan was here earlier. That's it. We started in VR. We quickly took off our VR headsets because it was weird. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for listening. Anything else you guys want to say?
Thanks for having us. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. If Corona hasn't ended yet, I mean, then it's way worse, and probably washing your hands doesn't even kill the super germs. But wash them anyways.
Yeah, it feels good to wash your hands. Honestly,
clean
hands feels good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a clean butt.
Nice warm water, yeah. Get a bidet.
I'll blast my
butt. Let me know how you like it.
Clear butts.
Can't lose.
Full hearts.
Bye.
Can't lose.
Bright sunshine.